Hello everybody, welcome to the StarCraft 2 Newbie Tournament number 3, Finals, Game 1, Heavy Arm Guy, the Red Pros player, versus PitBoXx, the Purple Terran. I am currently fast-forwarding this to shorten the video just a little bit, and there's nothing to talk about in the first few minutes. As we see, both our players have relatively high APMs. Units are, let's go to the production tab. Pros player bringing up the gateway, Terran player bringing up the barracks. PitBoXx is going for a wall in. And right here we have the reactor, assimilator. Everything, both these players are doing the exact same thing, nothing special at all. Our Protoss player does have more probes. PitBoXx still has a scout in Heavy's base, and as does Heavy Arm Guy, going for that orbital command center. And right here we have the cybernetics core coming up, choosing not to go for early aggression. The first Marine is on its way, second Marine actually. And right here we have these probes chasing each other, and the Protoss player putting pylons around his base so he can see dropships coming in. Going for that warp gate research technology, that is a must for every Protoss player. Both these players are doing relatively good, they're not supply locked. Terran player going for 3 racks aggression, it looks like. And that factory, we'll see a starport next from the Terran player. Protoss player going for 3-gate robo, I assume. And we have Heavy queuing up multiple probes, which is a terrible thing. He should be building something with that money. Don't queue up. Never queue up this many unless you're like... unless this is your first time playing this game. Terran player is supply locked. That is a boo-boo for him. Protoss player is almost supply locked, however. Warp gates are almost out. And he's producing the Zealot Stalker Sentry combo. This is really good for early defense, because the Sentry can put a force field on the ramp, stopping the enemy push from coming up. And the Stalker is going to repel him. Alright. Production tab shows a lot is going on for the Terran player. The starport's coming up, and I assume we're going to see a starport swap with the factory. Oh, right here. Here's a push from the Terran player, PitBoXx, and ooh, it doesn't look like it's gonna work. Protoss player is probably at maximum saturation. Right here comes the force field, force field, force field, force field, force field, force field. Oh no, it was a terrible force field. And right here comes, there we go. Now he's mad. He knows what he made. Protoss player is going for a observer first. Always a smart idea. He's going to send that to this base. And right here we just saw the factory swap. Very high level play right there. More supply depots. Yeah. PitBoXx seems to have a really nice, smooth play right now. It just looks smooth. The Protoss player doesn't look that smooth. Still queuing up probes. Bad idea. Bad idea. Getting that immortal. Right here is sending that. And we should... Here comes the first medevacs. Still producing out of all his barracks. Very good. Very good. And we're going to have a drop, people. This is some high level stuff. You don't see bronze Terran players doing drops, I can tell you that. But this observer will see that dropship, so if Heavy was paying attention, he should move his units over here. This Immortal is just sitting right by his thing. Alright, let's go to the production tab. No, we already are there. Income. The Pros player is ahead in workers, but due to Terran mules, it's not helping him that much. Right here we have the drop coming in from PitBoXx. Choosing not to go for the pylon, which is a big mistake. That alerts Heavy that he's in his base. And right here, Heavy doing another mistake, pulling his whole army out to go for this small drop. He should have just warped in some units, took maybe about half of his army, because if PitBoXx did another push right here while Heavy's army was right here, it could have been deadly for this expansion. So lesson, people, do not bring your whole army to take care of one dropship. Alright? Right here comes the dropship coming again. Oh, and he backs off. Smart move. Right here we come the massive conflicts. We should see his stem relatively soon. Where is the stem? I don't think there's the stem. A little bit late after he lost half his units. Deciding to pull back, very smart move because of the relatively few air units the Pros player has. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Right here we have another drop in the Pros player's base with 2 medevacs. Oh, this is smart. The Pros player is running back to save his base, using his whole army as well. And the ships are going to retreat. And PitBoXx is still... We have another medevac, I think, and there's a medevac here. I think the medevacs are rallied. Let's see. Yep, the medevacs are rallied over there for some reason. Anyways. Right here comes the medevacs. No, don't freeze on me. There we go. Alright, the medevacs are going to unite with the big army. It looks like PitBoXx is going to do the death push, and the Protoss player needs to transfer workers desperately. This is your maximum. This is over maximum saturation right here. 39 probes on one base. Heavy, you need to transfer workers. This army needs to move right around to this watchtower. Oh no, we have another drop in the Pros player's base. And he's going for the factory. He's going for the Robo Bay. Oh my. He's going for the Roblox facility. And that Immortal's never going to get out. Cancel that Immortal. Oh, and he's not going to save that money. And the Terran player decides to pull out once again, being a nuisance to the Protoss player. And right here, what I'm talking about, players. Heavy is sending his main army while PitBoXx is sending his whole army while Heavy's in his main. This is not going to be fun. Here comes more stalkers, and this expansion will go down. We should have more medevacs. That's a mistake from PitBoXx. He should have brought all his medevacs. Is he going to snipe down this? Yes, he's going to snipe it down. But that will not put the player in red. PitBoXx is finally now expanding. He has lots of energy. He should be calling down a bunch of mules right here. Oh, we have another drop from the Protoss player. Oh my! This is just constant drops. Now right here, right what I said. He's going to take out the expansion while Heavy's main army is going for this small drop. Big mistake on Heavy's part for sending the whole army. Really good drop play here. And this medevac is almost dead, but it's going to get away fine. The expansion is going down. Unfortunately, no workers transfer, so that whole expansion was a waste of money for the Protoss player. Right here, this relatively small force. He focused down one Immortal. I noticed that. Very smart of him. And Heavy's retreating. He's got a small force here. Now, Heavy is still hasn't Both of these players have not transferred workers or called down mules. They're just that into the fight. Right here we have a good concave against the Protoss player. Protoss player re-expanding once again. Researching, going for some storms. This is a there we go. The worker transfer. So, oh my gosh, we have another drop in the Protoss player's base, taking out crucial pylons. And he decides to pull out with that really weak medevac. He should get that repaired because he just lost everything in it. And here comes PitBoXx's main army coming in, potentially for the kill. He should have some more medevacs right here. Right here, the Protoss player is desperately trying to defend this expansion, while his main base is getting mined out. Right here, we have a nice, beautiful concave from the Terran player. This Terran player is going to win this fight, no problem. Due to that, oh no, a storm, perfect storm, and PitBoXx runs out of there. That storm just saved the game, folks. Terran player is probably massively ahead in the economy, yes. Terran player not producing as much as he should. He does have a backup amount of money. He's going for Ghost, it looks like. Let's go to the unit. The unit's loss tab. Favoring PitBoXx. Right here, we finally get that worker transfer. Still, it should have been slightly. Yeah, it looks like a good transfer. Income tabs. The Protoss player is still behind, but I believe the Protoss player is far ahead in tech. If he can get some good storms in, he should have this game. Now that is a lot of medevacs, people. Protoss will have a hard time breaking that. Right here, full energy on the command centers. I don't know why PitBoXx has not called down mules or used a scan. Right here, this is... Alright, here we go. PitBoXx going in for the kill. Stimming a little bit early. Taking out the chunk of the army because it's not grouped together. Now he's focusing on the High Templars. Very smart of him. And those medevacs are going to potentially cancel out all those storms. And right here, this is GG. Terran PitBoXx has this. He's pulling the workers back, but there's no minerals. All right. In this situation, Heavy needs to use those needs to use the SCVs. Right here, yeah, he's using them as meat shields. He should warp in some High Templars, but yeah, he does have a lot of money. And the GG from him.